so this is going to be a quick video overviewing the concept of reparenting. What is reparenting? Reparenting is the fact that each of us now in adulthood are really responsible for teaching ourselves and meeting all of the needs that many of us did not get met one way or another in childhood. So those of you listening, even if you didn't have the big glaring bad thing that happened to you in childhood, chances are you were not fully given all of the tools to succeed really in many areas of life. So now as an adult, it's our job to teach ourselves, to essentially raise ourselves. So I was recently asked actually in a podcast if I thought that every human essentially needed to reparent, and my answer was an overwhelming yes. So what are the big areas that we want to take a look at that possibly we need to teach ourselves some skills in? So the 4 big areas are discipline. So a lot of us were not taught simple habits, rituals, healthy habits, rituals in childhood. So those of you who follow me or work with me know I'm always talking about habit development and ritual development. Promises to self. What does that mean? So as now an adult, and we try to change things up, we try to develop that healthy, early morning wake up or meditation practice, chances are something called, I call at least, mental resistance is going to come up. All of the thoughts telling us all of the reasons why not to do it. It can be really overwhelming to change. So I've developed a concept that I call promises to self. Essentially what that means is setting one intention, one small promise each day, and making the choice to do it despite what your mind says. That is how we cultivate what I think is discipline. So 2, self-care. What does self-care mean? Really, all of these are tools aimed at keeping your body in physical balance. Sleep, incredibly important. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. It is really healing and necessary really for brain functioning and emotional wellness. Nutrition, nutrient-dense foods, really gonna help your body maintain a balance. Movement, physical activity, any kind, not 5 hours at the gym, a walk, small things, light stretching, any way that you're just moving your body. Our bodies are meant to move. Nature, connection with nature. I think this is incredibly important. It is really the energy of nature can be so healing. Sit at a park, like I said, sit on your stoop, anything that just gets you outside. Joy. So this might sound simple. A lot of us sadly did not have many experiences of joy in our childhood. I am one of them. Living in an environment that feels chaotic oftentimes has people in fight or flight mode, and joy just is not possible when we're in fight or flight mode. Also, sometimes, we just didn't see parents that had interests, that had hobbies. So what is important is to develop play in our life, to develop interests and hobbies. And if you're someone like myself, I did not know what my interests were. I had to cultivate that and connect with myself and find the things as my adult self that liked what I like to do. Human connection, so incredibly important. We are social creatures. We need some level of just connection with humans. It releases hormones that are incredibly healing for the body. Emotional regulation. So essentially what that means is maintaining a baseline where we can navigate the highs and lows of life. They're always going to be there. How do we do that? Those of you who follow me know I go on and on about meditation. Meditation allows us to develop a new relationship with our thinking minds. The reality being that our thinking minds and our thoughts contribute to a lot of our emotional experiences. So as we meditate, we learn how to do 2 things. We learn how to separate ourselves from our thoughts, and we learn how to choose where we put our attention, which then translates over time into doing those 2 things daily. That's what conscious awareness is. Being present, being observational of yourself, seeing when you're lost in your mind, and like I said, separating yourself and redirecting your attention where you choose. And then breath work. Those of you, again, who follow me know I go on and on about the tool of breath work. It connects our mind to our body in a way that actually allows us to regulate our body and the physiological responses that come with our emotional experiences. So these are the areas that we want to look at as an adult. And I want to just acknowledge one last thing to end. Many of the reasons why we were not taught these things in childhood is because our parents did not give these things to themselves. Likely, of course, that was a result of their own parenting experiences with their own parents. So Just want to throw that out there because I think that's really important. We cannot teach things, we cannot offer things to others, not even our children, if we don't first offer these things to ourselves. So I hope that was a quick overview and you understand what reparenting is. And so next Friday night, you know, when you can't go out because you have to do one of these things for yourself, know that you're not alone and I'm right there with you. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks, guys.